Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is the Wednesday. It is 8 p.m. It is Four Men and a Vape show this week. We have got the wonderful Stu Valentine all the way over from Oz.
G'day from Oz.
G'day. Take that. He's even authentic.
Yeah.
An authentic Australian.
Well, I bloody hope so.
And I've been finding out deeply that he's an authentic Australian. We are also joined by my wonderful brother, and thank God he's back, the one and only Mr. B, the walrus of vape, the love monster.
The white chocolate.
Sexual white chocolate in a box.
Daddy chocolate.
Mate, I'm telling you truthfully, I have proper missed you, and I'm so glad you're back. How's things, buddy?
Oh, spot on. I just had the worst thought that ran through my mind, which was, and I don't mean to offend anybody, but I'm going to anyway. When you turned around and said, look, I've got my authentic Australian here, you sounded like one of them, let's say, 1890s cotton farm people in the south of America. Say, look, we've got genuine cotton pickers. Yeah, actually sounded like them.
I've not got him doing any work or anything.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Yeah.
He's told me his plans, and it's like back to slavery.
Yeah, we're going to get him in the garden.
No.
Why not? You know.
Well, it's dog poo to clean up anyway.
Yeah.
But apart from that, how are you, buddy?
Spot on. You know, getting over some things, getting past some stuff, how it should be. So yeah, everything's going smoothly at Cassadale Cool Show.
That's it. I'm way happy, buddy. We've proper missed you, and I'm glad you're back.
I've missed you too.
Good.
Obviously I was watching last week from my TV, so I couldn't really comment. But I saw the nice little, we miss you, Mr. B. I thought, oh, bless you.
Oh, that's
You're
good.
the only person on earth that does, but bless you.
You're getting quite a lot of hellos in chat.
Yeah,
as well.
I've been doing the waving. I don't want to interrupt anyone talking.
He's doing the waving. My dearest brother, how are you?
Hang on, I'm having a drink.
What's that say? That drink?
I don't know. Is it some cheap Coke?
It's Roller Cola.
I told you.
Yeah, but he normally drinks Coke Zero.
Hang on, folks, I just need some cheap
Coke.
Coke.
That.
No, he drinks Coke Zero normally, don't you, bro?
Normally I drink when I can afford it, yeah. But I'm on Aldi's special at the moment.
Yeah, he's on Roller Cola.
Fair enough.
Cheap.
The
Cheap
cheap
Cola's normally better.
To be fair, it's
You
not
got me
bad.
some of that the other night because I'm a lightweight drinking.
Yeah,
I actually prefer cheap cola. I prefer the taste of it.
I'm a Pepsi man.
I was the same with Virgin Cola. Remember that stuff?
That were horrible, no.
I preferred Virgin Cola to anything. I just thought it was a better taste.
I could have thought they'd have a better name than that. No wonder it's no longer around.
Well, it's Richard Branson, and he's made fucking billions out of the word virgin. Just like Epstein.
Okay, hell, he's not been back. But how long have we been going here? 5 minutes. We've had cotton pickers, and now Epstein. What's happening here?
The views of Mr. Culshaw don't necessarily reflect those of Three Men and a Vape.
Probably half the world and all, but don't worry about it. So it's been a good week, bro.
Yeah, I've had a good week. Yeah, been busy. Had a nice long weekend off last weekend. So, and I'm going to have a nice long weekend off this weekend as well.
Oh, that's good. I've just thought, because we've tidied everything up, I haven't got a bottle of... in fact, just behind you, I think I can reach it. Here we are. There we go. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, we will be doing your Roger Project giveaway a little bit later on. You can do 3 Men Vape. We'll get you 15% off all the way till 12 o'clock. Big shout out to everybody in chat for joining us. You join us week in, week out, and you are a bunch of stars. So, obviously, it's we've got no comments from last week, have we, Mark?
We haven't, no. Billy, no mates from last week. Obviously, we didn't impress him enough.
No, not at all. And obviously not listening. We had a little bit of a road trip yesterday, didn't we?
We did.
Oh, wait there. We haven't spoke to Stu, have we? We've asked everybody else. How are you, Stu?
I'm good.
Right, back on with the show. No, I'm joking. So obviously you had a 26-hour flight.
29.
What was it?
29.
29-hour flight.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Stop off somewhere halfway because you'll regret it.
You got stuck in between a Chinese couple, wasn't it?
No, French.
French.
How'd you get Chinese?
I don't know.
Well, we'll get this story straight.
You had two flights.
26
I know.
Chinese.
Yeah, Asian couple the first time, and the little old French couple the second, and they constantly slept, and I had a seat that wouldn't go back, and I couldn't wake them up to go to the toilet, so I was waiting for 5 hours just to go to the toilet, and they decided because it was a night flight they weren't going to give anyone any drinks of water
Should
or
have
anything
farted.
like that.
I'd normally ships them.
Yeah, he was. The poor lad was absolutely cream cracker. So obviously, me and Lou went and picked him up on Monday. We drove back. He had a cup of tea to start off with, but you know what I'm like. We ended up having a couple of beers. Then we had another couple of beers, and then we had something to eat. And then by 7, bang, we were fast off, weren't we? 7 o'clock.
Yeah. The next thing I knew, it was 1:30 in the morning, and then I was up at 3 o'clock because that was normal Australian time. So the next day I made a mess of myself as well.
But we cleaned that up.
A little bit. But I'm better today. But yeah, anyone doing a long haul flight from the bottom of the world, take my advice and stop off in Singapore or whatever and give yourself at least 10 to 12 hours in between. Otherwise you'll regret it like I did.
Yesterday we took him to pool, and obviously we had a couple of beers, but you could just see him fading.
Oh, bless.
He was like, we went out for about. We'll tell you where we went earlier in a second, and then later on at night we sort of went out. I think we were about 3, wasn't it? And
Yep.
he went, "What time did you start playing pool?" I went 8 o'clock. He went, "Oh Jesus."
I didn't say that.
Well, yeah, no. He did say, "Oh fuck." That, to be honest with you, I have worked out that the Australian people say the F word quite a lot.
We do fucking not.
You do.
For fuck's sake.
See, that's all you've had. The thing is, there's actually no thing to tune in. You'll be walking down the street and you'll tell him something. You go, "What fuck?"
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden there's like little old ladies going, "Oh no."
Yeah.
Oh, it's one of them convicts. What are we going to do?
Yeah.
But the not
Someone's
one thing
escaped.
One thing I'm worried about, that everyone that I run into, especially friends of Aiden, they go, "Are you all right?" And it's like, I've only just woken up to think that, oh, that's a greeting. I'm just thinking that they all think that I look sick. Are you all right? Are you all right? Everyone's
Did you say thick or sick?
sick?
Oh.
So that's a thing over here. Are you all right? So it's, I don't know. And the other one is get in. People are going around going, get in, and I'm looking around, what do I get in?
Yeah, that's
Well,
more of a
and
Yorkshire.
the worst
That's
one
more of a
is-
Yorkshire thing.
The worst one is get in, son. And I thought, I'm not doing anything with your...
The bit what I can't work out is they can't work out that obviously, you know, like for football, they're watching what we're saying getting into, you know, get in, well done, son, good shot or whatever. What else would you say in Australia?
Shoot fucking.
No, that's the immigrants who said that.
No, well, we've learned. Off the end.
Yeah. So shoot fucking. He says that.
Shoot
So
fucking.
tonight.
To be fair, there's a few Irish that's saying that at the moment.
Shoot fucking. Where he gets that from is is it the Croatians?
Croatians mainly. Croatians and Serbians.
Yeah. So
What have you got
they said
against? Hang on, what have you got against Croatians and Serbians? to
Nothing.
shout
It's
shoot
just
at
what
them?
they say at football matches.
Oh, sorry, I thought that's what Australians were saying towards them. It's like, Jesus, what have they done?
No. Got nothing to do with the Middle East.
No,
We won't go there.
we'll leave that. Fucking
Oh,
hell,
why
Mr.
not?
B, stop being so political.
I'm going to say we've insulted everybody else. Why stop at the middle?
You've insulted. I'm not insulting anybody.
We've insinuated that it's got nothing to do with insulting anyone.
So anyway, yesterday we had a little bit of a trip out. We went to the Vaporists. We went to go and see Adam, and there is a video coming out for that. It were absolutely brilliant. Really, really good store, wasn't it?
The differences between Australian vape stores and England is that the English people do it the right way. They're good. Adam and his crew there just helped. There were so many people came through the door when I was there, and it wasn't, oh, we're just trying to sell you stuff like the bloke down from me. They were helping people. They're saving people's lives. It's pretty obvious. It was a big shock to me how professional they are over here and what they do for the public.
Yeah, you'll be able to see the video, which will be out tomorrow, of the stuff that they're doing. And we had a big conversation didn't we, with them about... Louise, I think she was stood there for like half an hour while we did this big piece to camera. Paul Lasser arms were absolutely killing her. Just what I was saying, that is my wonderful wife's birthday today, so happy birthday, Lou. Big love to you. Big
Happy
Benny Vape
birthday
hand.
to... Why aren't we singing happy birthday to Lou?
We can after 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to
Lou.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Louise.
Lou.
Happy birthday to you. There we go.
Yeah, the funny part is she doesn't watch the show, so it's
She's actually out at the minute. She's with Ollie getting a skirt. That's what mums do. It happens.
She's out getting a skirt.
Yes, school skirt. She needs a new school skirt, so she's gone to pick up a new school skirt. So, but yeah, going back to the shop, it was really, really well laid out. We were talking to him about. You was expecting him to have like the up to date gear, didn't you?
I did. I thought it was the newest thing, and I asked Adam, and it just was evident to me that the vape gear that they sell is for the people and what they need, not what's shiny.
For the people, of the people.
You find most vape shops are like that around here.
Yeah, well, exactly. Actually, the opposite in Australia, especially down from me. I won't name and shame. I really do want to, and you can meet me in the car park whenever you want.
Yeah, you could just tell, and they've got all the starter kits there. And I'll tell you one story. You'll see this in the video, which I thought were brilliant. This kid comes up on a motorbike. Comes in and he had the Flex, the Aspire Flex, and he went, look, he said, I think this is it just won't work. What's wrong with it? He went, let me have a look. He said, I know exactly what's wrong with it. He said, I just want to buy another one. He went, no, he said, I can fix this one. So instead of him selling another one, he went, right, and what had happened was the juice had gone in, the pin had got stuck. So he used a bit of, it was hand sanitizing gel, wasn't it? Put some of that in it, cleaned it all out, and it started to work. And the kid, he says, look, I will let you know it is on its way out. He says, okay. He says, I'll buy one anyway. But instead of like trying to push something massively on him, he fixed it.
Yeah.
I take it wasn't a totally wicked shop then.
No, no.
Surprise.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. It's Mikey, isn't it? It's Mikey and obviously, and they've got a new lad started there.
Yeah, he was a run around with his head cut off.
Yeah, and what they were doing as well is there was sort of shadowing him. Every sale, just make sure that everything was done there. So yeah, it's really nice. It was something. It's like I think we spoke about Bunny and Mark H and stuff like that. You can sort of you could sort of was that just random?
Yeah, well, that was for Bunny and Mark H.
Oh, lovely. So I start naming anybody else. John the Vaping Joker, he said hello.
Well, I did all the waving before, but you mentioned them, so I'm just throwing that in there. He's been winding me up since I've been here. I don't know when he's serious or not.
We're never serious. It's the British way.
He's tallying the scores. It's like, I think it's 4-1 today. I'm not into it.
Do you know what? Loads of this stuff, I've just wound him up. Flat cap, wound him up. I thought I'd join in then. Just winding him up, it's been fun. But yeah, the way the store's set out, and you can see where it should be stocked at these corner shops and places like that, and that's where it would be. You can see that if a kid walked in there to try and get a disposable, they ain't going to get it. Are they?
No.
They're not going to get it.
You're not even getting in the door.
No.
And I tell you what was the word that he used? Smug.
Yeah, he's smug when...
Adam is smug. Would you agree?
He can be.
No.
What the context of that is, he was on about if he said to him about a piece of kit and a juice, and they went, I don't like it. When they come back in, or he says that you're not going to like this kit or whatever. When they come back in and go, you're right.
Yeah.
He says, I love that feeling.
I see where you mean. See where you're coming from.
That was the leading to that. Yeah.
Yeah, he does. He says, I feel quite smug. But yeah, it was a nice... And I'll tell you what, bro, have you been to that store yet?
I haven't, no.
Well, I did say to Adam we'll have to do a Bros on tour there because it's only an hour away.
I know where he is.
Yeah, it's not far and it was very simple to get to. But yeah, it was really, really good and I enjoyed being there. But that's how a vape shop should be run.
Yeah, I agree. I was impressed, really impressed. Attitude to the public walking in and the service that they provided, second to none. Never seen anything like it, especially where I come from. It's a dying art and it probably will be destroyed by the government, but that's the story for Expo.
Yeah, it's but yeah, they did really well. That's how your shop was, wasn't it, really, Mark?
Yeah, he's exactly the same. Yeah, we were there to help more than we were to sell. Even though obviously you are a shop, so you need to sell, but we were there to help first and foremost.
That's what I was saying to Stu. When he was saying about the shiny stuff, I was saying to him that the 99% of vapors are coming in for the bottle of
They're
juice,
not
and
into, no, they want the simple stuff.
yeah,
Yeah.
That's all they want. They in the UK, they are the majority. People that vape on stuff like that are the serious minority. We're the 1%.
yeah.
Well, it was a
We
story
really
that
are.
you.
We've always said that.
Well, the thing that you hear over and over again. There was one guy in there, and his mother's just got off the smoking, so he had a disposable, and he gave it to her to try, and it worked for her. So she goes, "Oh, I really like that. It's helping a lot. Can you go and get me another one?" So he went in there, and they sorted him out. He ended up walking out with 6, but that's going to get her off the smoking and their attitude and what they do in the shop. Hopefully, she'll end up with a pod system next,
Yeah.
or
That's what he did, didn't he? So
Yeah.
I think it's. I say Elux, but it isn't Elux. It's the other ones, and I can't remember what is it. What were it? Just say it was Elux, but it wasn't Elux. What they're doing is no, it wasn't Elf. Was it Elf Bar? I'm not quite sure. They're doing the pre-filled pods, which obviously we saw them coming out. So he said to her, look, it'd be a lot cheaper eventually for her to maybe try this, and then eventually from that move her over on to something like this, like a pod system.
Well, let's face it. For how long that we've been vaping, it's always been that kind of a journey. I mean, most people started off on something like the CE4, that type of thing. That's how you started. That's where the baseline was. The baseline now is a disposable, and then from a disposable you go on to an AIO, and if that's where you stay, that's where you stay. But then, obviously, like us, we progress, and that's a natural how a vaping journey starts.
Obviously, Mr. B's been saying this for years. We've had this conversation a million times about how simple it is to fill a pod, and I think obviously with the disposables getting banned, I think that progression onto a pre-filled pod will happen, and then eventually they're going to move on to that, aren't they, Mr. B?
Yeah, I've always said the best place to start is a pre-fill pod. I've always said that. Disposables to me have always had the place in the market, but not. I would never advise it for someone starting. I'd always say go on to a pre-fill pod. Always.
And with obviously,
It's cheaper.
I think I keep saying he looks.
I think I think a disposable's handy for the first try.
yeah, I agree.
I don't know.
Just buy one disposable. You're not going to lose much out of one disposable. Then, if you think, yeah, I'm going to start vaping, then
But
go
here's the
into
thing,
your
yeah.
AIOs.
This is where I disagree. A disposable's what, £4 or £5, roughly.
So it's less
What?
than half price than a packet of cigarettes.
Right, yeah. But a pod system with pre-fill pods, you can pick them up for £7 or £8 with a few pods in.
Yeah, I think there's a fiver.
I can't.
I think
remember.
I think it was a fiver with one pod, and then the other pods afterwards were £5. So again, if you look at that, that's probably about £2.50 a day to vape, which isn't too bad, is it? But eventually, if you think about it, and they go on to something like this, it's going to be less than that a day, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because it's something at 50-50 like that, that's going to last them at least a good 2-3 days.
But I've always said that a pre-filled pod is a better starting point than a disposable. If nothing else, it gets you used to charging it. It gets you into that cycle. And it's just one thing I've always believed. I think for me, disposables should always be things that you take on holiday or on a night out. And that's
Yeah,
it.
so you don't lose your mods.
Exactly.
But what I did like as well, what they had there, was they had Retro Corner, as they called it.
Yeah, Adam was in his element. And can I just interrupt and say, Cicero, you're late again.
To be fair, he did say, I'm here, damn it, a good 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, I know, but I was waiting for you to finish.
He was here
I
10
wasn't
minutes
rambling
ago.
that long.
So I see Vic, okay, buddy. He will be on the UK Vape Show, obviously, tomorrow. But yeah, it was just nice, Mark. So we're going to have to get ourselves over to there and
Yeah.
and have a little
Because he's
look.
been working there quite a while now, hasn't
Yeah,
he?
it is.
Yeah. He's, I bet it's a good couple of years he's been there.
Yeah, and yeah.
It must be about, was it what, 4 or 5 years?
No, I
Must
don't think
be.
it's quite that long, but
But it might be. It might be.
It might be, you know.
just short of it. But
Yeah.
yeah, not quite that long. But yeah, I remember when he made the transition and he was all happy, and then he
Yeah,
was
because
able to have
he's
more of a buffet.
because I've been working at Yorkshire Aggregates now for 3 years, and I think he started there just before I started at Yorkshire Aggregates. So it's about 3, 4 years he's been there. It must be.
Yeah. Wait, was it? Was it just after COVID? Or was
Yeah,
it- yeah. Because he went to the expo with Mikey, didn't he?
that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. And he's a lovely bloke, and he's the head of the business of obviously vape. The Vaporist. He's got a number of stores, hasn't it, Mark? And he's the head of the business sort of side of it. So yeah, right, nice lad. Do a lot for charity as well, don't they?
Yeah, they were fixing up parks and helping out scout groups and things like that. It was now that you're not allowed to advertise as much, that's where their budget's going to. There was a story about a young girl that was I'm not sure if she was sick or whatever, but she was started to play the guitar, and the guitar she had wasn't real good, so they used their advertising budget to actually buy her a guitar. It was a really nice thing.
Oh, that's lovely, that.
Yeah, no, they're really, but just the whole way around it, it sort of brought that feeling back of a really, like the old-fashioned vape shop.
Yeah, the community.
Well, that's the word I was going to use.
Oh, it used to be in my day.
Obviously, Mr. B, everybody knows that you don't get out as much as you'd like to. Have you actually been to vape shops or?
Of course I have.
Yeah. So what was your sort of take on a vape shop?
Well, in Burnley, Totally Wicked had a stranglehold. And when I first moved into vaping full time rather than dual, which is how I, started off, Totally Wicked all they was interested in was selling me the most expensive product they had, which was that stupid. Well, it was that stupid screwdriver thing. That was the only thing it was good for, was beating people over the head with. And it took me to go to a vape shop. It just opened. It's still going, actually, but it just opened. I went in. I said, look, I'm struggling with this. It leaks everywhere. It's a pile of crap. I spent 125 quid on it. It's ridiculous. And he's the one that sold me the very first drag and a Cleto, a Spy Cleto tank. And that, to me, that's what did it. It was perfect. And that was what the device was that stopped me from dueling. And if it wasn't for that guy, I don't think I'd have carried on vaping. If it wasn't for that guy.
Mark, one of their points there, wasn't it, as well, Stu, was that they were saying we will sell you not what you want, but what you need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, which I think were a really good pun as well, what they put in there, which was like, people are coming in going, look, I want one of them tanks, I want that shiny one for 80 quid. And he's going, no, what do you smoke? Well, I smoke 40 Mayfair a day. Give me 30 quid. Here's a pod system, and it's going to be 20 milligram or 10 milligram Nick salt. And they made, again, you'll be able to see this all on the video.
Yeah.
Jack Rabbit used to do a banoffee pie, and which they still do. And what they do is they take the label off, because they're looking for something that's going to be the same sort of tasting as a cigarette or along them lines. And they said that a banoffee pie was sort of got that caramelly sort of cigarette-y taste.
Yeah, it's got the tobacco elements in it.
Yeah. So what they do is they take the actual label off of the banoffee pie, give them the bottle and the thing, and if there's a problem, you can go back and get your money back, which I thought was really good.
Yeah.
I'll never forget storming into one shop, 'cause I was angered beyond belief. It was when my dad first started vaping. He went into this shop to get advice, and he'd smoked 40 Marlboro a day for a good 30 odd years.
Yeah.
And this guy, this Pratt, sold me dad this bloody great big fancy smock touchscreen thing with a massive direct to lung tank on it, and my dad was choking his tits off. And I turned around and said, why did you sell him that? He came in and told you he's been an avid smoker for 30 years, and the first device you think of starting him on is a direct to lung sub-ohm tank. Could you be more stupid? And it turned out that they decided a sale on that day and they desperately needed to get rid of them, and they was on commission for selling
Yeah.
them.
That's the bit that
Yeah, that's where it falls down.
You know, it's business in general, really, isn't it?
and you know, they're not training the staff. I've told you the story of the ones on the corner that they were not really bothered about who they got in, so they would rather have somebody who didn't know about vaping. So
Yeah, they prefer not to, so
Yeah.
you sell.
yeah, so they'll sell the products and not be more.
Well, it was like that time I've told that story many a time when I stopped off at a certain vape shop and asked for an ohms reader, and she didn't even know what one was.
Yeah.
Oh, there were another one as well. Was it you who were telling me something about they didn't even know? We've done the Mar battery one, but what was something else? There was something to do with coils or something. She didn't even know what the coils were or cotton. And it's like, why are you in a vape shop?
Exactly.
And why are you not getting why are you not actually getting trained? Well, this is where obviously the licensing and people checking up on them. We were talking as well about making the fines bigger. Make them so they're life changing, because like you were saying, there's a shop near him that they're selling under the counter 5,000 puffs, and obviously the money that he's making on them, £1,000 fine, that's like selling a couple of packets of it. You know what I mean? So
A day's retail.
so what they need to be doing is they need to be saying, look, it's 10, 20, 30,000.
Yeah. I mean, we all agree with it. This is the problem, though, isn't it? I mean, by all accounts, the latest consultation, none of the people like NNA or even VIA have been invited in.
Yes, I saw that. John Dunn put in there, so they haven't invited any of them in, have they?
Nope, none of them. So it's closed doors, basically.
I think obviously like what John was saying. I think it's his legacy that he's wanting to bring this into that it's this non-stop. Oh god, excuse me. This stop.
Who's got jet lag here?
I know it's rubbing off on me. Well, I wish he'd stop.
He's rubbing you off.
He's rubbing.
Easy, blooming,
Had
eh?
nothing to do with me.
Who am I invoicing for that one?
You get your invoice for that. Yeah, he's. I think that's his legacy. So he's trying to keep everybody out as much as he can. But you'd think you'd have somebody in like the NNA and UKVA, just have the voice of the vaping industry.
The thing about sales that so many people in the industry don't realise is that if you help a customer get what they need rather than what you want to sell them, you create a customer for life.
Yeah, that's their point as well. That's exactly
when
what
I was in car sales, I used to sell more than anybody, because I used to have customers come in and say, right, I'm looking at this car, and it'd be like a 2-seater sports car and they've got a family. I'm like, are you sure this is the right car for you? And I would actually talk them out of it and into something better for them. And the amount of customers I retained from doing that come back to me every 2 or 3 years and ask for me specifically, is because I was more interested in what suited them better rather than getting the commission.
That's it. The other thing that they did say, which I thought were really good as well, Stu, when they were saying they are bothered about the customers, but they're bothered about the ones that don't come back.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
they want to know why, don't they?
What's happened?
Yeah, well, it's really interesting. They talked about training their staff the right way and making sure that they gave them the right information. So that's why they have the question. It's like, we've done our best to help you, and they don't come back. And it's like, not
one of the things that irks me,
it's like, did we get it right for that person? And they're really concerned, and that they think next time, can we do it better? They're always trying to improve themselves. And
one of the things that really irks me about anybody in sales is when they get asked a question and they don't know the answer, so they try and bullshit their way around it.
Yeah, they made that point.
I hate that. And the thing is, one thing I always used to do, if someone asked me, what's the torque vector of that Nissan Terran? How the fuck do I know? I sell them, I don't make them. But I turn around and say, look, we'll find out together. You know, and that's something, it's something my dad taught me. If you don't know the answer to something, don't bullshit, just tell them you don't know.
Yeah.
And find the answer for them. Because the amount of trust that one little thing builds, that one little action, is incredible. I honestly, I used to teach sales. I used to teach it for Ford, Evans Elshaw. And it's the amount of things that they used to try and get their salesmen to do that I used to disagree with on a daily basis.
Yeah, it's got to be done right. It's got to be right for the customer. Again, Bunny's saying about the shop near me was selling illegal disposable and selling them up to underage, and all he got was a £25 on the spot fine.
That's insane.
And then back selling them 5 minutes later.
No, of course you will do.
Look,
So what did he give the inspector? $25 and a box full of disposables?
Well, it's like when the FA fine a player 25 grand. They spend that on a night out.
Yeah.
Doesn't do jack shit. Fine them 3 or 4 million. That'll solve the problem.
Yeah, it's got to be a lot more harder.
Of course it has.
Because that'll stop things from happening.
That's why I was
also,
having a license.
but also, we've got to be spending money on trading standards.
Yeah.
Also, we've got to be spending money so trading standards can actually get these people to court. Because half of them don't even get to court.
No.
This will be the excuse the government use when all that VAT comes in. Those VAT and taxes. Well, it's going towards trading standards to properly police the sector.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
And the problem with that is you've just got to look at the drinks people who were selling underage cigarettes to underage people and selling alcohol to underage.
Lose your license and a massive fine.
Happens in every country, every culture.
And you'd think if they're going to put money into it, then they're going to be putting it into that part so they can be policed. And then another thing what we looked at, obviously they're looking at banning flavours. The woman came in, didn't she? She must have been, what would you say, in the 70s?
Not quite, but close.
Roughly about the 70s. And she was buying so many liquids for so many different people in her family, wasn't she? And
Yeah.
in fact, what she was, or her husband was still on, was the cigarette, the CE4s. They were still on that. She bought an extra battery when she was there, didn't she?
Yeah, because she wondered what was going wrong, and it was the thread. But again, Mark fixed it. Adam, sorry, bloody.
He's Mark.
Yeah, he is. Sorry, it's jet lag. I'll blame it on jet lag. Yeah, but she bought another one anyway because they said, well, the battery is going on it. So, and what was the flavour that she was after?
It was peanut butter. She'd been getting peanut butter from him. He was actually finding it hard to source this peanut butter. Now, it were a white label. It were nothing special, but it were peanut butter. But she stopped smoking on peanut butter. And it was like, even adults like flavours.
Of course they do.
Yeah. Well,
What was the other one as well? Cucumber, cactus and something.
was it
Oh,
mint?
Yeah, mint, cucumber, cactus, something.
so like a mojito then.
Yeah, it would be, yeah. So she was on that, and then she had some other ones that she had as well. But you just see that if a 70-year-old woman's coming in there with just a basic setup, she wasn't buying like really massively expensive liquid, but it stopped her from smoking.
And she was still on.
Flavours matter.
At that age, it was just like that's unheard of in Australia because the vaping wasn't around for people to give up, and you don't see that because they're not coming into the vape shops because the government are against it and the propaganda is stopping people because they think that it's worse than smoking.
Yeah.
This Cicero, he says, Aidan, aren't guests supposed to be prettier? Where did you find that one? Margate.
You can
To be
fuck
fair-
off. And
to be
I've
fair,
used
we
some
brought
big
Stuart on to
words
make us
today,
look-
Cicero. You'd be proud of me, mate. Really proud.
To be fair, we requested to bring Stuart on to make us look better.
I doubt that.
Yeah.
I'm winging it.
Yeah, I can feel it. So, D, another thing I wanted to talk to you two about was, we were going to the shop, and one of my mates, who I've given different devices to over the years, Pat Nimmo. Unfortunately, his wife passed away from cancer. The bloke's a lovely, lovely bloke. Always put a lot of money towards the charity stuff that I've done as well. I said to him, how are you getting on, mate? Everything good? He went, yeah. He said, I've stopped vaping. I think he's stopped vaping now for a month. And I'm going, get on, well done, mate. That's absolutely brilliant. Because the end product is, if you're not necessarily getting nicotine, using vaping as an alternative nicotine device and a way to get it into your body, if you're doing it to stop smoking and then getting down to the end game of, right, I'm now stopping vaping, I haven't got a problem with that. That's for me. That's
my
the end
dad's done
goal.
the exact same thing. My dad's done the exact same thing. He used vaping to get off the cigarettes, and then once he'd had enough of vaping, he just stopped.
Yeah.
And now he doesn't do anything.
I know a few people like that they planned to do it, but of course the ban in Australia that just pushed them over the edge a bit quicker. They weren't ready to do it, and it was a bit more of a struggle, but that was their intention the whole way along. So, yeah.
What's your thought, Mark?
Yeah, it's horses for courses, isn't it? Everyone's different. Everyone starts vaping for different reasons. I didn't start vaping to stop smoking. Mine was more convenient.
You don't
than
want to stop
else.
vaping, though, do you?
Oh, God, I don't want to stop vaping. I enjoy vaping. But I enjoyed a cigarette.
Yeah, I was the same.
I really did.
never smoked.
I enjoyed a cigarette. And it was sort of like, that's my choice. You see, a lot of people also keep on forgetting, especially government keep on, what about personal choice?
Yeah.
If you, at the end of the day, we all know if you are from the West, you are educated enough now to know that cigarettes will kill you.
That's
In
brilliant.
the long term, that's what they're going to do. We already know, you know that from being a kid, that cigarettes are going to kill you. It's as simple as that. They are going to shorten your life. We already know that. But isn't it your choice as your human rights if
Yeah,
you
but
want
you
to
could
have a
also say
cigarette?
the same. Hang on, you could also say the same thing about heroin.
Yeah.
Heroin is going to kill you. Should it be your choice to take it?
Yeah,
At
of
the
course
end
it
of the day,
is.
it's-
Yes.
But heroin's
What?
illegal.
Exactly.
But
But
smoking
no, but it's
isn't.
still the same.
No, but at the end of the day, surely you're an adult. If you want to take heroin, you take heroin. As long as you do not affect anybody else but yourself.
You're going to affect someone
It's
else
when
you die.
you... Why?
Right, what about all the people that love them?
Oh,
What about
yeah,
all the people that has to
that's-
shell out for the funeral. You're going to affect people when you die.
See, we are going to get on sound checks in a little while. But
Yeah,
the
but
other
No,
bit-
we're not. This is more fun.
Personal choice. No, I disagree. I think you're trying to control somebody else.
Yeah. The other bit that I'd put to that as well is if obviously it's the burden on the NHS. Would you go so far to say to them, well, I'll tell you what, it is your choice. If you smoke and it is going to, if you have anything to do with smoking related illness, you have to pay for it.
Yeah,
That's a
hopefully,
slippery
yeah.
slope. That's a slippery slope. 'Cause
Ah,
then
but it's exactly-
'cause
no.
it'll start with smoking, then it'll go on to fat people, then it'll go on to people with that have got diseases because of their own making. It's a slippery slope, is that one?
A little bit different as you've put it, but I also had the thought of you start banning disposables, and like now we're now going on to the point of where they're looking at flavours. Well, then are we going to go down the same route as then Australia? You start banning anything, and again, if they start banning like what Mark was saying, smoking is the next one going to be? I tell you, you can't have butter,
Yeah, you can't have sugar.
you can't have
can't have salt.
Yeah.
Where does it
Oh,
stop?
they just put fat tax on that shit. What they do is they increase the
Birdman.
amount of tax on butter, sugars, fats, takeaways.
Yeah,
things
but
like
it doesn't
that.
work.
But that's what they'll do. Because it's
Yeah,
an
but it
excuse to
doesn't
get
work,
their
and
money.
we already know it doesn't work.
It's
Putting
like
money-
I don't know about you, Mr. B, the carrier bag one. You're supposed to take a carrier bag with you. No, you just end up with loads of 30p bags in your fucking in your cupboard, bags for
Yeah,
life.
but they make brilliant bin bags.
They do, yeah.
Yeah.
But very
They're
expensive.
fantastic bin bags. 5p a time is a bit expensive, but if you can carry your shopping home and make a bin bag at the same time, I'd say that's pretty industrial.
It's a set of things that.
Yeah, I got a 30-cent bag from the shop before, and I told the woman I'm just going to put my dirty clothes in it at the end of the trip.
Yeah. And take it back to her and say, can you clean this, please?
No, I wouldn't do that to her. She was too nice.
Wouldn't you?
No. No, I'm worried about getting punched from women.
Oh, yeah? I thought you were into that sort of stuff.
I was at one stage, but I'm
Yeah, but he
getting
likes to
too
pick 'em
old
when it
and
happens
I
to
just don't have the energy anymore.
Plus, also now the Gimp Max chafes a bit on the side.
I'm not into that. That's Cicero's thing.
Is it Cicero's thing?
Yeah.
And Mr. B, we haven't been able to do the hand checks without you, you know. And it's nice that
I
you...
noticed.
It is. So, ladies and gentlemen, they are asking for this for the hand check. So, it is hand check time.
It's that time, people. It's hand check time.
Big screen. Ah, look at that big screen.
Hang on. I'm just doing a refresh.
Hold
We'll
on,
make sure we're nice and up
hold
to
on
date.
as well. I've just got to
Enable the sharing. Yeah.
see. I hadn't had to do this. There we go. Look at that, eh?
I don't know. You just can't get the stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, vapors of all ages, 18 plus. Obviously, if you are under 18, what the fuck are you doing here? We've got the 3 Men in a Vape Facebook group. If you want to show off your mods so we can take the piss out of them, here is the group. You put it in, we put a nice little thing up saying hand check time, and you comment with your mods and juices and whatever you want, really. As long as it's not rude, because then we'll lose Aiden for the afternoon. Right. So, do we do top comments or just do all comments? Right, so we're going to start off with Thomas Baggett. I have to really be careful when I say that. The Itsuwu Chain Reaction 26650.
The lemo.
Bloody hell, 26650, 50 water. An Elif Lemo 2 RTA. That's nice.
That it's got sort of that lemo always had this sort of look as the Atlantis, didn't it?
Yes, very much so.
But with a better drip tip.
I do like that drip tip.
It looks quality. Moving on, we have got what? There we go. Press your buttons, Michael. Tony Jones. I want to make Mr. B proud. I'm proud of you, son. The Odin V2 and the Dreadnought with the RBA. Entire setup costs 40 quid. You, sir, are a bargain hunter. You get my round of applause for that.
40 quid?
40 quid for the setup. I'd have gone for something a bit more matchy if you're going to buy a full setup. But still, 40 quid, you don't really give a shit about that. That is a bargain. Proud of you, Tony.
Bit of black and blue.
Bit of black and blue.
Bit of black and blue.
That's the colour I turned out when I start buying vape gear. Moving on, we have got Lizzie Collingwood.
Oh, that Lizzie. That is nice.
Lizzie.
I really like that.
I like the artistic,
I love the
artistic nature of the photograph.
It looks like it's made out of coal.
Very avant-garde.
It's lovely, that.
If anyone can tell me what avant-garde means, I'd appreciate it. It just sounds right. Moving on, we have got...
The wonderful Legion X as well.
Yes, we've got Mike Howard Evil. What the...
I need a bit of advice, guys.
You
won't fire it all, not sure what I'm doing wrong. Flat Cap did that once as well. Look at that.
You can imagine firing that and the plastic just melts.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome, that.
Well,
I'm glad you two had comments.
That had never happened. No.
That's one of the very first times I've been speechless. Oh, Billy Lee. Billy Lee's in. Billy Lee lover. Right.
I love that name. It's the best name in vaping.
Billy Lee.
How many setups tonight, Billy Lee?
Pulse V3 with the Drop Dead V2 RDA with some rhubarb and custard, the best flavour for vapes. Topside Jewel with a Ripsaw and some Jedi's Punk Vanilla Custard.
I'm not being funny, right? When I read that, I thought it. I don't know why, but I looked at it and it was like Rims Vic. What?
Rings Vic.
Rims Vic, but it isn't. It's RM's VC.
Rims Vic.
It sounds like something Vic charges for on a Saturday night.
No, it's on the Expos.
Rims Vic. Oh, okay. Vic's rimming. Nicky Maynard, the Immortal Mods Atom with the Asgard 25mm, and the Keen with the Asgard 30mm, and the Helvet Trishul with the QP Cali V2.
Very nice, Nicky.
You've got the. I give you that, didn't I? That Trishul.
Yeah, I use that every day.
Do you?
Yeah, every day I use that.
It's
my everyday mod.
Who vapes on this mod? That is beautiful, Nicky.
Beautiful. Well, and like Stu said, he likes a good shiny mod.
No, I'd like a good polish.
Don't be looking at me.
No, not you.
We not drag this show into the gutter. Fucking Australians. Moving on, we've got Stuart Carl Liggins with some stuff.
That's nice.
Stuart?
Yeah, that's Vape Smart. Again, people, he will be at Expo, and you will be able to get your lovely hands on these lovely wares while you're there. Really, really nice, that, isn't it?
Can't
That
wait.
is nice.
One of the best mods I own is a Vape Smarter pipe, and I have that in a box on my shelf, and I absolutely love it. I think it's stunning.
Then it should be used and not just on a shelf.
No, it's
I think
on a
that's one
shelf
thing
for a
I'm
reason.
looking
I don't
to get.
really have the, I don't have the tank properly put on it that does it justice. That's the reason why it's
I think
on
that's
the
what
shelf.
I'm really looking at, is a pipe.
Pipes are amazing. Not only do they work really well, they make you look more intelligent.
I tell you what, though,
Something we need
I
badly.
didn't realise Stu had such lovely fingernails.
Yeah, well, I chopped them before I
Not
came.
you, Stu.
Oh, that one.
I'm going to try and translate this the
Damn.
best I can, but my wife just shouted through it, makes you look like a fucking toff. Stuart Carl Liggins again, Mr. Vape Smarter. Look at
Oh, that's nice and all.
That is nice.
that.
That's fucking fancy.
What will that
is
be? 18, 30, is it 18?
Jesus Christ, I thought that was a set of testicles.
What's it, Mark? 18?
I'm
30
not
something?
sure. You can't tell with the hand. I would say it's 26, 2700.
Do you think?
Yeah, single
Single
2700.
21700, that.
I have got one. Not one of them, but I've got a single 21700 Metmod that Chico made me, which I have in pride of place, and it is exactly the same size as that.
That is beautiful, though, that.
Yeah, I like
Is
it. And I'm not in a mix.
The next one? Oh, James.
hang on. We've still got some more from Stuart. He's showing off. Look at that.
Ooh.
That is sexy.
Looks like...
That almost is it me, or does that almost look like bone?
Yeah, I was going to say ivory.
Yeah, I was going to say Ivy.
I want to know where Stuart gets his nails done.
Yeah, look at that. That is absolutely gorgeous, that. I wonder how
Really
he did it
is,
then.
yeah.
How do you think he's done it, Mark? Is it going to be lasered on, or...?
I would assume so.
I'd have thought he'd be CNC'd or something like that.
Hmm.
That's really nice, that.
It is. It does look like bone, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does, yeah.
I love stuff like that. I think one of the most beautiful things that you'll ever see is something carved out of bone, like whalebone or something like that. And when you get anything that mimics that, it always looks quality, really high quality.
Whalebone, that's scrimshaw, isn't it? The carving of?
I'm not quite sure.
James Story, look at this. Look at this. That's nice.
Oh, that's nice.
That's proper traditional woodbine look. I like that.
He's got loads. Obviously, we've known James for years, haven't we, Mark?
Oh, God.
Jay, he's one of these. He collects mods. And
That's
I'll
a
tell you
lovely
what,
bit of wood, that.
He's always very good as well at doing deals, isn't he?
Deals? You got a deal? Deals on
Yeah.
everything.
He's got a big hanger rack and he opens it up. Do you want to borrow some of this?
Holy shit. Right, folks, we've got War and Peace here. Hold on. Connor Smith. I'm currently on these. The Vape Drag M100 with the blaze on top with some Doozy Vape core. Seriously, Fusion's Cherry Sour and Raspberry. The Time Vape Dreamer 1.5 with the Dead Rabbit V3 on top with some Wick Liquor Ardure. And the Davpor Thermos with the Vapors Cloud Osiris 25mm RTA with some DIY e-liquid, Posh Vape Joe's Cherry Fizz, the phenomenal prestigious vape brand from the Late Night Vape Show. Who vapes on a mod like this?
I like
Connor
that.
Smith.
The one, the Thelmus. I like that. It looks very dot modded, doesn't it?
Yes, he does. It has that minimalist style that I kind of like.
The Prosecco drinking cowboy.
Secco drinking cowboy, Jesus Christ. Matt Vapes, Matt Vapes in. FMB V2 with the Asylum RTA. That's a nice little.
That's really nice. That obviously we all know
That's
Matt
really
is
put
very
together.
elitist.
Yes.
Very
Hang
ergonomic.
on, was that a
that one.
die code
Yeah,
screen?
ergonomic in that. Well done. You didn't even bring your
Oh,
book.
No, there you go.
hold on.
It's right. Ergonomic. I used another big word today. That's 4.
that's a die code. That's rare.
Well, believe me, Matt don't go cheap. You're not going to find a cool 5.4 in his house.
No, I honestly believe Dicos is superior to DNAs, and I've got a couple of Dicos here, but there's just something about them that's just better.
I like the look of them. They remind me very 80s. The screen and stuff reminds me very 80s.
I think they're a better chip. I always have done. Gary McShane. Check that out.
Gary.
Oh, baby.
Oh, Gary.
Oh, God, Gary.
Oh.
Keep rubbing
What's
his
the Australian translation of oh, Gary?
Nah, it's got nothing to do with that. I was just going to say, this bloke's got a really good job. Pays well. Pays real well. Unless he's stealing from his missus.
Yeah,
He's got a very understanding wife.
Yeah, exactly.
Hang on a minute. I want to know what the Australian translation is. Oh, Gary.
Oh,
Gary. There must be something.
Well, actually, we've got a famous cricketer, and Nathan Lyon, and now his nickname is Gary, so it's all Gary is. Yeah, he bowled a good ball, so I don't know.
Just all Gary.
There's no translation. That is what it is.
What's that tank mark on the white one on the white mod? Just go back to that picture a second.
Oh shit!
You know, on the white mod in the middle.
I'm not quite sure, to be honest with you.
It's just got the look of an eye sub. I know it's probably not.
It's
but
silver.
It's got a look of an eye sub.
I'm not 100% sure.
A nice collection.
I sub, you sub, we all sub, I sub.
But I do like that white one.
Yep.
Moving on. I'm gonna have a
Yeah, you're a bit further down. Whoop, stop.
Oh, we've got to look at this one.
Jane's rug. Can't go past Jane's rug.
Oh, that's all I need to see. That is Jane's rug.
If you find pictures of Jane's rug round the house, Stuart, don't be alarmed.
No, Louise wouldn't have that at all.
Oh, she don't mind a bit of Jane's rug herself.
Well, okay. Oh, I didn't want you. I didn't too much information for me.
Yeah, she don't mind a bit of Jane's rug. We both
What
admire
have
it.
we got here? This is
The
Jane's
is that
ducky.
The 5-pin?
Yeah, so that's the I think obviously
Forge,
the limited
isn't it?
edition, the one from Stan.
No, that's the Forge. That's the Forge
Is
button.
all I got to say to that.
Is it the Forge?
I'm not
Yeah, it's the Forge button. Limited edition, Shy Tops edition.
All right.
Yeah,
Nice.
Birdie will be on wanting to buy that.
Who makes the Forge?
little dwarves.
Yeah, Little Elves.
Oh,
Ben
Up in
Martin.
Greenland.
I
Ben
wonder what
Martin,
that
the
is.
number 003 of the Gaz McFlatcap stat mod, with a very small looking Valkyrie 30 on top. He has sent us a size comparison, which I think might just blow your mind a bit because I've kind of seen it.
Comparison next to 120ml bottle.
Jesus
Fucking hell.
Christ.
Oh, Rose's custard. Mm.
It's gonna end up that. I remember the days when people were searching for mods like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't got chat up this second, but we got any sort of pricing on this at all now?
$400.
What, 40 quid for the?
I think is it
I
60?
meant American dollars, not Australian.
Isn't it 60 odd quid he's charging for them?
I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, I believe if you supply
75. Ben M's just said.
What's that? Yeah, 75.
75. Yeah, I knew it was something like that. But if you supply the chip,
Gaz Mark's doing a sale for you.
Yeah, so 75 with the board and 55 without. That's not bad at all, is it?
That's a pisser. I want one.
That's not bad at all.
And then, last but not least, we've got Gareth Barker.
Oh, skip past
With
it.
the-
It's only Shrek. I'm all
with
joking.
the
I love you, Shrek.
of
You know, brother.
The Voltro 38mm V2 on the Hog 400 with Reggie's 5.5mm ID coils, Legion X Rossis custard.
oh, it's gorgeous, that stuff.
So
What-
he's
what
doing
is Rossi's?
321 watts on an 0.24 ohm coil.
That's our check.
Yeah, I think he's showing off to Birdie. Birdie was carrying on with immense wattage last week, wasn't he? On a certain show.
Yeah, on the UK Vape Show, that was brilliant. That. Did you see that show, Mark?
I didn't know.
Oh, mate, I tell you now, Birdie. Some of the I think one of his mods went up to 900 watt
Yeah, I'm sure that
Jesus
smoke
Christ.
comes out of his ears when he uses it.
Oh, yeah.
Do you want me
Oh,
to do
it's
the,
serious
do you want me to do the
mecca.
deals while I'm here?
Yeah, what I'll do is, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for your Rochford Project giveaway. Stick Rochford into the chat and you've got your chance to win 2 bottles of the amazing Rochford Project. And don't forget to use 3 Men Vape all the way up till 12 o'clock. Gets you 15% off of all store wide.
There we go. Right, folks, we've got a couple of deals. Only a couple, because there isn't that much about, but look at this. From eSig 1.
I've done a review on that. That is an absolute corking RDA.
Is it
Death
single
Wish
or
Mods
double?
Regenesis RDA was 60 quid, dropped to 29.99.
Really nice airflow, very simple to build on as well. Well worth it.
And do you know what's really good? They've even put Bunny's colour in. The purple. Oh no, these just gone out. Just gone out of stock. Never mind. You've got the Pandoni in black, and you got the Bruiser in blue.
Very nice.
blue.
RDA.
I quite like the blue. I must admit, I quite like the blue. Moving on, keeping with eSig 1, we've got the Voopoo Drag E60 Pod Kit, the Forest Era Edition. Was $39.99, dropped to $24.99.
Yeah,
A
nice.
nice little go to work banger.
Yeah, banger, yeah, definitely.
Little go to work banger, that. And then, last but not least, keeping with eSig 1, look at this. I might be buying this myself. The Lost Vape Centuras B60 all-in-one vape kit was $54.99, now 30 quid.
That's not bad.
I
Is that
think
the only
that's a
colour they've
cracking
got?
deal. No, they've got Cyberstorm, they've got Laser Black, they've got Laser Gunmetal, they've got Pink Keep, they've got Spring Blast, and they've got Winter Spatter. Oh,
I'm
there's
not
some
really
pretty-
keen on that. You know, if you go to, say, the Laser Black, I'm not too keen on that writing at the front.
No, I'm not.
That's an 80s retro style that some pissed up idiot has done.
Yeah, it looked really good without that writing on it. I wouldn't mind just like the Lost Vape on its own.
I like that. I like that. The little circuit board look into it. I think that looks absolutely stunning. If they'd have done a black version of that with a silver circuit
Yeah.
board on it, oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would have been worth creaming over.
Yeah,
Breeze,
totally.
though.
oh,
Yeah.
they did.
Oh,
they
they
did,
did.
but it sold out. So you'd have to go for the silver one.
I wonder if you can get panels for it.
Yeah, different panels because they look like they unscrew, don't they?
Well, I would assume so. But what comes in the box? You get the Centura's B60 device, the
Bora.
UB Borough tank. So it actually does come with all the bits in it. You get a 0.2 coil and a 0.3 coil, and all the bits and bats that you know USB cables that you've got shit
And a
loads of.
tank spanner. Got to have a tank spanner.
You've got to have a tank spanner.
And a spare drip tip. They thought of everything. See, we've had this argument before when I've done deals where we found AIO kits that aren't kits. It's just the box. You don't get a Burry tank with it. You don't get a drip tip with it. You get fuck all but the box. And like 100 quid. Fucking ridiculous. When this is 30 quid and you get everything in it.
It's more of the high-end stuff where they don't have the Borough tank with it. So you
I still think it's ridiculous not to put a Burry tank in. I think it should come ready to use out the box.
I think that's crap. 30 quid.
30 quid.
30
yeah, really
quid.
good.
For a
Can't knock
Boro,
it.
that's amazing.
I think that is certainly something. If you've got 30 quid of your hard-earned spondoolies to spend, that's where I'd spend it. There you go, folks. There's your deals of the week. Boom.
Thank you very much, Mr. B. Obviously, we're coming down to the end of the show, people. We are going to roll your Rochford Project giveaway. Who's going to win this week? And the winner is Nicky Maynard.
Nicky
Again,
Maynard,
I
a
think
star.
Nicky's won about 3-4 weeks ago. So, do you want it? Do you want it? Let me know. Next week, ladies and gentlemen, we will be doing an Expo special. It's the last show. We'll be leaving then on the Thursday to the Expo. Some good news as well. My brother's stopping over on the Saturday night.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Folks, do you want to know why next week is a special show?
Why?
Because it's one where I don't talk much. I'm a fucking
Well, I will
be.
I will be getting in touch with you, like with stuff to talk about.
What, like layouts and shit that I don't. I don't go to expos, so I don't really,
Yeah, but you've got to get into the love.
I don't.
You are, because you're the white chocolate walrus of love.
That doesn't do expos or have any inkling to go to one.
No.
Well, we
I think
Although
it'd be good, Nick.
although that might change soon because I am on a new medication to lose weight.
good luck.
Yes, the NHS has approved me for this drug that sometimes they give it out in injection form, but I've got it in tablet form. Jesus Christ, does it work?
Is it the
It's
one
not
for?
Victoza, is it?
Is it the one for diabetes? It was yeah.
That's the one.
That's
Yeah,
brilliant
Victoza.
It honestly, it makes you guaranteed so you don't want to eat. It's incredible.
I used to be on the injections, some Victoza.
It's the amount of appetite suppression that comes with that is phenomenal. You never feel hungry ever.
Well, it's come down to that. We'll talk about this a little bit more next week. It has come to that part of the show where we've got to say goodbye. Make sure you do get yourself over to Benny Vapes' show. It is the Mixing Show. He will be on straight away, or he should be on now. He's probably waiting for us to finish. Mr. B, say your goodbyes.
Bye. Thank you for being here. Thank you for waiting for me to come back. And thanks for all your well wishes. And yeah, I shall see you next week, hopefully.
Over to my wonderful, sexy damn brother.
Guys, it's been absolutely awesome. Guys in chat, you've been awesome as well. Stu! Hey! Awesome. Be nice having you on.
Oh, well, I'm looking forward to
yeah,
making you, Mark.
fine,
And
yeah.
remember, I wrote you that lyrics for the song. We're waiting to hear
Oh,
that.
yes, I've still got it there.
Right, say goodbye, Stu.
Goodbye, Stu.
It's so original, that.
No, I
I've
don't
just
like being
seen-
original.
I've
I'll
just
leave that
seen-
up to Cicero. You were talking about injections before. He's into injections, but they're all just meat injections.
Have you seen the state of this from Birdman? I look at my ex-wife and don't want to eat. Fucking hellfire.
Lovely.
Oof.
Yeah.
Oof, you married her.
You can feel the damn love in the house. Big love to everybody. Don't forget to join us tomorrow night on the UK Vape Show. The wonderful Stu will be there. Thank you very much to everybody in chat. You make this show. Without you, we are absolutely nothing. Big love to the Spanners for keeping us safe. Make sure you get over to Benny Vapes. Congratulations, Nikki. Make sure you get in touch with the email address. You know what to do. You've won before. Big love to everybody and a good nighter.
Good night,
Good
Cicero.
night.
Fucking lovely bloke, isn't he?
You can
Peace,
feel,
lads.
the tension between the two, can't you? There's definite animosity.
Get a
between
passport, Cicero.
Cicero. We need to do like a celebrity deathmatch thing between Stuart and Cicero.
That'd be great.
I'll try.
Set it up in a club.
Well, we used to have races with Flat Cap, and it was him against me, and he ended up destroying me.
Okay, good night, people.
Bye.